Hi, everyone, and I just want you to know I'm sending out this recording. Today, we are going to discuss Julius Caesar, the first act. I'd rather do this by recording so that if you haven't read the first act, I don't ruin it for you. Or if you need a recap, you can easily get one. So today's lesson is going to focus on loyalty and how is loyalty important in friendship. Don't worry about the discussion. We will do this later, but right now I want you to just have that in the back of your mind. Friendship and loyalty. So the first scene of Act 1, the setting is very noisy. It's a crowded Rome street, and Julius Caesar is returning from a battle. He just defeated Pompey, who once ruled Rome with Caesar. They were called tribunes. They ruled together. Pompey had disagreed with Caesar about how to run Rome, so a war broke out. Caesar actually killed Pompey and his sons, so they couldn't avenge his death. So they had a disagreement, a war broke out, Caesar defeated Pompey. Morellus and Flavius are Roman tribunes. That means they're all ruling together. They find out that everyone is celebrating Caesar's defeat. And they think everyone should really be praying that Caesar does not become a tyrant from outliving the man that was once ruling with him and sharing the power. So Caesar beat out Pompey because he disagreed with Pompey. And then Morellus and Flavius are saying, whoa, everybody's celebrating Caesar. They think he's great, but now he is the one ruler. Maybe we should watch. What if he becomes a tyrant like Pompey was a tyrant? So they're having doubts about Caesar. In scene 2, we see that Caesar's in this scene with Brutus and their wives, and they're all in a public place. Brutus is his friend. They're ready to celebrate the Feast of Lupercal. So let's see what the Feast of Lupercal is about. It is an annual party which Romans dress in leather loincloths, run around the city, and they lash whoever they can find with a goat skin whip. Like, seriously, you probably don't want to be here. They believe that if someone was pregnant, like a pregnant woman was whipped with goat skin, that it would help her delivery be smooth. And if a woman was infertile, she couldn't have children, it would make her fertile. Yes, they were crazy. So, Caesar's friend Antony is in the festival. So him and Antony, Caesar and Antony are talking, and he tells Antony to make sure they whip Calphurnia, his wife, so they can cure her barrenness, meaning she couldn't have children. While this is going on, a soothsayer, aka a fortune teller, overhears that Calphurnia can't have children. And he comes up to Caesar and he tells Caesar, beware the Ides of March, Caesar. Beware the Ides of March. But Caesar ignores it. Now you have to remember, the Ides of March is March 15th. That's the date. They just called it the Ides of March. The scene continues, and Cassius is another man. He walks up to Brutus, and he says, you know, Brutus, you're not seeming like yourself lately. You seem very preoccupied in your thoughts. Cassius begins to pump up Brutus, saying how noble he is and how he could really lead Rome instead of Caesar. But the only way for that to happen is if Caesar were dead. Now remember, this is a story all about assassinations. Then, all of a sudden, they hear some shouting, and Caesar is being crowned king. Or he's denying the crown. They keep trying to crown him king 3 times, and he denies it to show the crowd, look, I really am humble. I don't know if I want to be king. At this time, he has a seizure before he can be crowned the 3rd time. They talk about how Caesar is not better than them and not more noble than them. That's what Cassius and Brutus are saying. And Cassius is even making this suggestion without directly stating it. He's saying, what if we dispose of Caesar? And reminds Brutus that his ancestors helped establish Rome, the Roman Republic. So it would be just upholding his family name if that were to happen. Brutus states that he loves honor more than he fears death. But lay off of convincing me to kill Caesar. Like he's saying, I want to uphold to Rome's honor more than I would be scared of defeating Caesar. Like, I'm willing to do it, but back off a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do it just yet. So it kind of gives you some foreshadowing. Beware the Ides of March. Why would you beware? Why would you want to be, scared or careful or knowledgeable of that day? That gives you a big foreshadowing. And we see the Ides of March in pop culture. And if you look in literature, things refer to the Ides of March. The scene continues on, and Caesar now returns to Brutus. So he denied the crown 3 times. He had a seizure. He got out of his seizure. He woke up from his seizure. He came back. He said, "No, I'm not ready to be king." And then he comes back down and returns to Brutus, his friend. Now remember, Brutus was just talking to Cassius about possibly defeating Caesar. So Caesar notices something's up with Brutus, that Brutus is unhappy, and that Cassius is giving him the stink eye. Like Cassius is looking at him like, mean. So Caesar yells instructions to Antony saying he wants to have a celebration of happy people, not people like Cassius. So this, I would imagine, angered Cassius a little bit. Antony assures that Cassius would never harm him. That never happened. Cassius likes you too much, Caesar. There's no way. Little foreshadowing, right? Caesar asks Casca, who is another friend, his advice. He says, "Caesar, the people are happy. I would do anything for you. The people would do anything for you. Don't worry about any of them." So all Caesar's friends are saying, "Oh, don't worry about it." Scene 3. Now we have quite a few C-letter names. We have Cicero, who's an orator, meaning he does the speaking for the government, really. We have Cassius, who's back. Remember, Cassius isn't too warmed up to Caesar. We have Cinna, and we have Casca. And they're all on the street at night. So 4 people gathered at night on the street. You can imagine what's happening. Casca is shaken up. There's very bad weather. He thinks that the gods are having a war and taking it out on Rome. And he's seeing all this as bad signs and bad times. He talks about a nighttime bird flying during the day and it's a bad omen. Like they really look into all of this. Cicero tells him, "Dude, chill out, chill out." And he confirms that Caesar will be at the Capitol tomorrow and everything's going to be fine. Well, Casca, Cassius, and Cinna have a secret night meeting. Cassius was just struck by lightning. That's right. Only in a play, only in a drama. And he thinks it's a warning from the gods that Caesar needs to be defeated. Something bad's about to happen. They all agree that Caesar could possibly become a tyrant and that Brutus should defeat Caesar. So they're not taking all these bad signs like they're about to do something bad. They're taking all these bad signs as Caesar's going to be a bad leader. We need to defeat him. We need to kaput him. Cinna, this is the other one, is sent to plant some fake letters where Brutus will find them. See, they don't want to do the killing. They want Brutus to do it. So they're like, "Hey, Caesar's not going to rule good. We need to overturn him. Let's not do it ourselves. Let's get Brutus to do it. We're going to fake Brutus out." Okay, so this recording should have given you a bit of a better understanding of Act 1. And if you have any questions, I will have office hours during our normal class time from 11 to 12. You can come in, ask your question, I'll answer it, and then you could be on your way. Watch this recording as many times as you need to have a good understanding of Act 1, and I'll be sending another recording on Wednesday for Act 2. Thanks, and y'all have a great day.